Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Kuhn here again from Paleo Palm Long Island and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, should you fear whey protein? Now, this is a question I get a lot from my female clients. Like, this one came from my good friend Julia, not because she fears, because she hears it all the time from her female friends, and it's just crazy. Let's be very clear that whey protein, it's not a steroid, it's not HGH, it's not even creatine with its occasional bloating effect. Whey protein will not make you look bulky or bloated. Now, the bloated part, though, that's provided you tolerate whey. Now, when it comes to dairy, there are four main components. I've talked about this a bunch, but there is the whey protein, there's the casein protein, there's the lactose sugar, and there's the milk fat. There's some other things there too, but those are the four main components. Now, when we talk about problems with dairy, the majority of the time we're talking about casein, which biochemically is somewhat similar to gluten and its physiological effects, and lactose sugar, which a lot of people are intolerant to. In fact, we've talked about that before, that's the norm. You are supposed to be lactose intolerant. That's the way we evolved for hundreds, thousands of years. However, in the last 10,000 years, we domesticated dairy. Some of us developed lactose tolerance. That is the abnormal, that's the mutant gene. Lactose tolerance, or lactase persistence, as in the persistence of the production of the lactase enzyme to break down lactose after weaning, is mostly found in Northern Europeans, with roughly 75% of those of African descent having lactose intolerance, and roughly 90% of those of Asian descent having lactose intolerance. So they just don't have as much exposure to it. Now, on the other hand, we've talked in depth about the benefits of grass-fed organic pasture-raised milk fat. Super amazing benefits, CLA, butyrate, higher omega-3s, great stuff. Now, regarding whey, whey is benign at worst and magical at best. There is a very slim margin of people who have sensitivities or allergies to whey. It's a very, very small percent as opposed to casein, which has a large percentage of allergies and food sensitivities to it. Regarding the benefits of whey, the amino acids and peptides that make it up have an extensive list of potential benefits. They can lead to increased satiety or fullness through their improved hormonal regulation, particularly improving glucose tolerance, insulin sensitivity, reducing ghrelin, with subsequent weight loss benefits and increases in lean muscle mass. It has cardiovascular benefits through the modulation of blood pressure and the decrease of the deleterious VLDL, very dense lipoproteins. It's also associated with decreases in inflammation and oxidative damage through the increased production of glutathione. Needless to say, it can be quite amazing stuff. But sourcing is super important. Many are contaminated with heavy metals, which can lead to a host of issues. Moreover, whey from conventionally raised cows, any residual fat, which, to be fair, particularly in the super processed ones, is not that much, but anything that's there is not going to be good. It's going to have the same problems of conventionally raised milk fat in butter and cheese and everything else we've talked about. That's why it's super important to source whey protein from cows that have been grass-fed. There are a lot of great brands out there. There's Terrace Whey, and there's Body Logics, and even Fairway Market has their house brand is excellent as well. But hands down, the best whey protein on the market is In-Power Protein from my good friends over at Calton Nutrition. It is organic, grass-fed, and non-GMO project verified, and has literally one ingredient: whey. That's it, nothing else. On top of that, the source of their whey is using an incredibly sustainable practice, and by doing so, you are helping to support sustainability. So by supporting them, you support that process. I know I'm always saying, just eat real food, but this is one of those few cases where a minimally processed food, particularly if you're working out hard, can have a lot of benefit. You know, coconut oil is processed. Butter is processed. But if you get something that's as close to the real deal as possible, so coconut oil that's just extra virgin organic coconut oil, that's mashed coconut and it's pressed out the oil, great. That's grass-fed butter, organic pasture-raised grass-fed butter, that's just been churned, that's great, that's fine. In this case, we're talking about a whey protein that has literally just been squeezed and separated, and then at a low temperature, it's turned back into that dry powder, so you're able to use it. So, very minimally processed, but can have a lot of benefit, while stripping it of the deleterious ones. Basically, it's all killer, no filler. So, your biggest takeaways for today are, you're not going to get bloated or bulky from whey protein. It's not a steroid, it's not HGH. It's not going to happen. You'll be alright. That, of course, is provided you tolerate dairy. Now, whey protein is incredibly well tolerated for the vast majority of people. But at the same time, it's still important that you make sure you choose a quality source. Look for that grass-fed, ideally organic and non-GMO. Hugely important. If you do that, in conjunction with the left of the lifestyle factors, working out, getting in the sun, sleep, stress, etc., you're going to be well on your way to living your optimal life. Alright guys, hopefully this helped you out. You know what to do, like and subscribe down below, share it with your friends, head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over to Facebook, over at Paleo Problem Island, and of course over on MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, enjoy this beautiful day, stay cool, stay hydrated, it's super hot out, and maybe throw a little whey in that shake. I'll see you tomorrow.